Hey, what's going on, you guys? This is Anthony from Finding Our Adventure. Today, we're going to be testing out these new Trailtopia backpacking meals that you rehydrate on the trail. And I'm going to be comparing them to something that I've been using for years, which is the traditional Mountainhouse dehydrated meal. Over the years on my backpacking videos, you've probably seen me eating many of these, specifically the beef stroganoff, chili mac with beef, chicken and dumplings, and the southwestern hash. Those are 4 of my favorite Mountainhouse backpacking meals. But today we're going to be comparing it to the much smaller packaged Trailtopia dehydrated backpacking meals that are not only smaller in cost, but also much smaller in size. When comparing the 2 chili macs with beef, you can see the packaging is actually much smaller for the Trailtopia. It's a little bit lighter by about 0.6 of an ounce. But it is more calorie rich. So that is why we're going to be trying these Trailtopia meals today. And we're going to be comparing the flavors to see if these taste as good as the Mountainhouse meals and whether they are considered a good deal and a good value for the size and for the flavor. Let's bring you a little closer in to show you just why I really want to try these. All right, guys, so check this out. Look at the sizing of that package side to side. Trailtopia, Mountainhouse. You can see just how big of a difference that package size is. That is insane. Tiny package size compared to the Mountainhouse. And when you're going out for multiple days, size matters. So having a small package like this that you can stack 4 meals on is really nice. You've probably seen in my videos that I will actually take these Mountainhouse meals and repackage them. Take them out of this bag, put them into another type of bag that's smaller, write on them the instructions, and bring them out on the trail. Just because these are so unwieldy. They just don't fit in your bag very nicely. But these Trailtopia meals are so thin and slender. These fit in. This is literally like the size of an envelope. It's tiny. And with a weight of 3.1 ounces versus my Mountainhouse weight of 3.8 ounces, we're pretty similar on food density, but my calories are just higher with this Trailtopia meal. My whole package here, I have 680 calories for this. And on my Mountainhouse, I have 460. So huge difference here in calories. Let's go ahead and boil up some water here, get cooking, and let's rehydrate one of these Trailtopia meals, and I'm gonna compare them today. So on today's menu is actually gonna be the beef stroganoff. We're gonna try this because that is probably the meal I've had the most of throughout my lifetime of backpacking. And I've had a ton of those through Mountainhouse. I've probably eaten at least 20 or 30 of those beef stroganoffs. And so I know exactly what they taste like from them. So I'm gonna try the beef stroganoff here from Trailtopia because this to me would be the best control in that sense because I've eaten so many beef stroganoffs before. So hopefully it packs good flavor. So let's get to it. All right, this meal calls for 1 cup of water. So we're gonna get the stove going here. Boil this up a cup of water and we'll add it to the meal. Alright, we've got ourselves a nice roll and boil. Pulled the little oxygen packet out. Now I'm gonna take that, seal it off. Mix it around a little bit. And I'm supposed to let this sit for 10 minutes. So we'll set a timer for that. All right, so it's been 10 minutes. Our meal is fully cooked. I did open the bag halfway through to stir it around again. And just some things to note on the bag. So the enclosure here is definitely not as strong as the Mountainhouse meals. And so with the Mountainhouse, I can actually take them, shake them up a little bit, all that sort of stuff. These are a little bit more fickle, so if you open it once, if you get any sort of sediment in there or any of the powder, it is a little harder to close back up, so keeping that in mind. Number 2, once the meal is rehydrated, it looks to be about the same size as a Mountainhouse meal, although it is shorter. As you can see, it's a little bit shorter, so it's definitely going to be a little easier to get your spork in and out. Just on the initial look, it looks pretty similar to the Mountainhouse beef stroganoff. I've got some what look like fusilli noodles, beef. The color is a little different, and smell-wise, I can definitely smell that there's a bit more mushroom in this than in the Mountainhouse. The Mountainhouse is whiter, a whiter cream. This is like a brownish cream. This is going to be pretty hot, that's for sure. I can see some nice beef chunks in here, more cubed beef chunks than the Mountainhouse. I'm just making sure this is all nice and stirred up, but we'll definitely take a bite of this on camera and see how it is. Bring this in front of the camera, you can see that there. So, initially, this tastes definitely heavier on the mushrooms and on the spices. Less creamy, that's for sure. Way less creamy than the Mountainhouse. I'm going to take another bite here. Definitely heavier, like I said, mushroom presence. Some more spices, but it definitely tastes like there's more ingredients in here, and it's causing it to taste more like chemicals, if that makes sense. Like there's more products in here that aren't natural, you know, other things they put in here to stabilize it. This doesn't taste as creamy and as natural as the Mountainhouse beef stroganoff does, that's for sure. Edible, yes. I don't know if I really enjoy it though. It's actually kind of gross. It's a little cook pot I made with water in it. Why did I choose to try the beef stroganoff first? Well, number one, it's because it's a really hard meal to get correct. So if a brand is going to make something really good, the beef stroganoff is going to be in my opinion, the hardest one to make correct. In terms of the Trailtopia beef stroganoff, I do not recommend it. The Mountainhouse version tastes way better. But in our next video, when I do review the second meal I got from them, the chili mac and beef, we'll probably have a little better luck with this because chili mac and beef, from what I've tried across the board, they're usually pretty similar. They all taste pretty good. And if you can get one in this size and package for the price that these go for, it's going to be a win. But as far as this beef stroganoff goes, it leaves a lot to be desired. The flavor just is not good to me. It's not creamy. It doesn't taste like beef stroganoff. You can taste the beef in there, and then it just tastes like a bunch of chemicals with mushrooms and spices. It's really not good. So this I'm actually not going to finish. It's not very appetizing. But I will say that the noodles are soft and supple. It's a good fusilli noodle. The beef chunks are good. They're soft as well. I'm not noticing any hard spots in them. And overall, it would be a good meal if the sauce was perfected a little better and didn't taste as much like chemicals. Yeah, no. Woo! Nasty. Well guys, that's gonna do it for today's video. I started this video hungry, and unfortunately I'm going to leave this video hungry. If you enjoyed the content and you got any sort of education out of it, please go and hit that like button below and subscribe if you'd like to see more videos. We'll see you on the next adventure.